Rest fuels spiritual growth. One of the most powerful truths I've learned is that rest isn't just physical, it's spiritual. The psalmist writes, "Be still and know that I am God." When we slow down, we create space to hear God's voice. In silence, we find guidance. In stillness, we experience peace that hustle could never give. For me, intentional rest means carving out time each week to unplug, journal, pray, and simply sit with God. No agenda, just being. And in those moments, I found strength I couldn't find in striving.